So Regina Lord is straightforwardly stalling and uncovering how seriously she is battling. It has been over a year since Regina lost her main child. Yet it seems as though this isn't the main misfortune that she has been confronting the beyond couple of months. Since she has been managing a ton creatures have gotten so terrible that she feels like her life is destroyed. And she has fans concerned about her yet. Has she truly been battling with considerations of finishing everything? So we haven't heard much from Regina Ruler in the recent months. And her fans have been really anxious considering what is happening. It seems like she has quite recently vanished after the death of her child last year. And there has been a ton of talk concerning her. Well, she has of late tended to her fans. And she conceded that she has been battling a ton. She in some cases even feels like her life is demolished. An insider guaranteed that this isn't a result of her child's sad passing, despite the fact that that was certainly the clincher. Yet her past bond connections, additionally, have played a part to play by the way she feels about existence overall. As per the insider, Regina's concerns can be followed way back to the 90s when she got hitched, interestingly, to an Ian Alexander Sr., before whom she had her sole kid, eating Alexander Jar. Regina and Ian were hitched from 1997 until their separation in 2007. And to say that the separation representative would be putting it mildly, for when her folks got separated when she was just 8 years of age. And it impacted her so severely that she swore that when she got hitched it would be forever. So when she got separated from after just 10 years, she felt like she had fizzled and broken her vows to her more youthful self. She even composed a book about her separation, named He Never Got Back Home, Meeting Stories and Papers from Little Girls on the Existence. Without their dads, definitely I'm almost certain you can say that the separation hit her exceptionally hard, yet shockingly. She made a respectable attempt to make the marriage work, which makes sense of why she was so shattered when it in the end finished in a meeting. She said the marriage part was presumably the hardest piece, all things considered. And I think any wedded couple that has stayed hitched caps off to them, since they had the option to move past those times when you were developing at various paces. And this way, and that is troublesome. My ex has, and I observed that we're greatly improved co-guardians and companions than we are as husband and spouse. As a matter of fact, her separation was way expert than her folks separate, since she and her ex could scarcely stand one another, yet she understood how gravely their disdain of one another was screwing with their child, so she chose to settle her issues with her ex. And she expressed, due to our issues, Ian was turning into the youngster whose guardians were detached to the point that they lacked the ability to sit close to one another, not to mention have a cultivated discussion. Regina was so grief-stricken by her separation that it required her several years to find love again. She was far more wary the second time around in light of the fact that she would have rather not hurried into one more relationship that would leave her inclination broken by the day's end. In addition to she had her child to stress over, and taking into account that he didn't take his folks separate from, well, not entirely set in stone to safeguard him. Yet following 2 or 3 years, she felt like she was prepared to find love once more, and in 2011 she fell head over heels and began dating entertainer Malcolm Jamal Warner. There were high expectations for the relationships, since they were both viewed as veterans in the business. 3 or more, they had known one another for a long while, and they had extraordinary science. So everybody felt that Regina had at long last found the one, including Regina herself. Yet talking about the relationship, she said, I accept the universe has an arrangement, and we most likely could not have possibly been prepared a long time back. We both needed to do anything we needed to do to be prepared for one another now. Sadly, the relationship went on for only 2 years before it finished, and insiders uncovered that this squashed Regina totally significantly more than her separation. She never saw it coming, since they didn't have significant battles or issues in the relationship. Sources addressed U.S. week after week that Malcolm haphazardly let Regina know that he wasn't feeling it any longer. Individuals found this bizarre in light of the fact that it was half a month prior to that he had talked on the relationship, saying we liked to safeguard what we have in light of the fact that it's actually unique and exceptionally valuable. Yet I will say that a relationship checks out on the planet. So how could it change not long after that? Furthermore, Regina had moved in along with him, and they were both living respectively with her child Ian well. In addition to the fact that Malcolm blindsided Regina with a separation, he quickly removed her and Ian from his home. With no misgivings, Regina was so devastated that she asserted to at no point ever believe that should date in the future. Addressing Wendy Williams, she uncovered that she was putting forth zero attempt to get once again into the relationship scene. It's different. Are you dating? You realize, I want to improve at it. I do. I've been so occupied with work. And my sweethearts resemble, do you think a man's about to go thump on the entryway? And like I'm here, and I assume I wish you would better believe it grievousness, can do that to you. Truth be told, she was so broken by the relationship that she promised to keep away from serious relationships. Rather deciding to seek after carefree connections, she conceded this in a meeting where she said individuals say you're not dating anybody. I mean, I'm dating yet. It's truly agreeable where I'm at right currently disturbing that implies being in an awkward spot. And I'm not prepared for that. Fans tracked down it miserable that she had gone from somebody who needed a steady relationship to making do with something that seemed like companions with benefits, yet which she was beginning to get changed in accordance with this new reality that she never pursued. Misfortune hit with her child Ian when he ended his life last year. So to say that Regina was crushed would be a gigantic misrepresentation, since she was totally squashed and broken. Like I said before, Ian was her lone kid, and she cherished him with everything that is in her. She once uncovered in a meeting that she was really specific of the jobs that she took so she could be near her child, since she never needed to be a non-attended mother who couldn't set aside a few minutes for her child. She said, I'm not passing up his life. I absolutely never believe my child should say, well, the caretaker was there, I would be crushed. She was extremely open about her adoration for her child. My child, Ian, the way that I get to impart this night to you, the best date in the house. Gracious man, you make being a mother my most prominent achievement. I love you. Cheers. And quite possibly of the saddest thing about his demise is that it was the one thing that Regina dreaded the most in life, losing her kid. Regina uncovered that she nearly turned down her job in the television series 7 Seconds since her personality lost a kid, and she was unable to envision how it would feel to lose and read an article discussing 7 Seconds. And it's sad that you were at first reluctant to play that job. Why, I mean, gander, it simply makes me more joyful than anything in the entire world. And to realize that I must be in a space of a mother losing her kid for quite some time, it was frightening. That makes it considerably more lamentable. Regina actually hasn't recuperated from the misfortune. An insider uncovered that she is as yet battling hard to comprehend the reason why Ian would end his life. She comprehends that he was probably experiencing misery due to his keep-going posts on Twitter. For those of you who have barely any insight into this, in the days paving the way to his passing, he tweeted, do you have any idea that episode of SpongeBob where they go inside his mind? And it's a lot of small SpongeBobs losing their ish. Better believe it, that one truly hits home. Her dearest companion, Vivica Fox, uncovered that Regina was squashed and felt like it was over for her. So I was with Regina the previous evening. She's okay. Music, was it your hugger? I got a message say Regina needs to see you. And I turned around sharply and promptly had it there. I didn't think about where am I going, what I'm doing. It's needed to go see my companion. What's music? Happy I got to thoroughly search in her eyes. This has been totally perhaps of the longest end of the week I've at any point had in my life. It's like I can't quit crying. Yet she said to let everyone know that she's gotten your message, the generous flood of affection for her family and her child. She feels a debt of gratitude. In January, Regina made a post to pay tribute to the primary commemoration of Ian's passing. She composed on Instagram, January 19th is Ian's birthday, as we actually process his actual non-appearance. We praise his presence, we are all in better places in the world. So is I in his soul, is the string that interfaces us. I see you, in all that I inhale my outright. Most loved thing about myself is being Regina, the mother of Ian, the God ruler. Keep on radiating brilliantly, my God, in light music. How about we go music? Yet regardless of her post sources near her have uncovered that she isn't generally areas of strength for so. She would like individuals to accept in light of the fact that she has been battling gravely. For some time now, the insider guaranteed that Regina frequently feels like her life is demolished, and that she no longer has anything to reside for since Ian passed. She previously had her own battles, yet losing her child somewhat tossed her into a trench that she has been attempting to escape. You all this is so miserable to hear, and individuals left a few exceptionally strong remarks saying she can take however much time that she really wants. I couldn't envision that it is so difficult to lose a kid. Deplorable to know somebody who has given all of us such a lot of happiness is in such a lot of torment. All of us are pulling for her. My heart breaks for her. Horrible. A kid is so totally unnatural. I don't have any idea how you meant after that. My requests are with her for strength and recuperating. I'm sending all my adoration and backing to Regina, and I trust that she tracks down the solidarity to get through in one piece. Do you feel that Regina is truly going to totally mend it from all her aggravation? Do you?